What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Gentry and Sons. So we're here for another video and glad you guys can join us. So we made it back from Lawrence's. The truck made it home. So this thing come back without us, and he made it home, no problem. He did say it was a little hot, that computer definitely changed the tone of it just a little bit, and I knew it would. That is a pretty hot little computer. So we did get back. Dad is changing it out. So when I was at Lawrence's before I left, he's like, let me just look at that thing real quick. He yanked it apart and went in and fixed it, and you know, once he fixed it, hooked it up, it went through all the diagnostics, it went online. So we got that thing fixed and resealed it completely. And when he opened it up, that thing looked like brand new inside. And it had one little spot that had water coming in. What do you think? Huh?
A water leak, see that?
A water leak?
Yeah, that's right, see it? See how wet it is?
I see it's wet. I don't see where it's coming from.
And it's red. It's coming from, see? It's got a track right up. It's got to be coming from the...
Don't be giving us no bad news now.
No,
I mean, it ain't leaked any. Look, it's still full.
it's leaking down there. Surely it ain't fitting.
Well, good thing you noticed it now.
It definitely looks like it's coming from right there.
Guys, so this load here has a showboat on it, and it's showboat season. Everybody's getting ready for, you know, springtime coming up, and they really need it. And with this thing breaking on us, it's really put us in a bad situation. But we got the hitch today. Check this big bad boy out. This is a 40-ton panel hitch. 40 tons, which is, this thing will never have nothing like that ever on it. And then Dale has turned it into a think it'd take a train to break it off, he said?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Might break the train.
Might break the train. So look at this thing, guys. So we're going to cut that bottom piece off down there. You can see where he started to cut. And one of the biggest problems we had with this truck, and you got to be careful with the drivers you put in it and where it goes, is because of how low that is. See, it used to it come down, right now it'd be sitting on the ground. You can't take it over railroad tracks. I mean, literally it bottoms out everywhere. So it was a really poor design. Yeah, the fifth wheel.
See that cut?
Yep, that's
higher than your shocks on.
So yeah, we'll never have to worry about it bottoming out again.
Your shocks stick above that more lower.
I wonder why they didn't do this from the factory. I mean, I get it, fifth wheel's strong, but there's no way of mounting it the right way.
No, it's no way of maintaining it or anything. How you supposed to?
Right, I get it. Trust me.
I mean, you'd have to have something serious to get this truck off the ground.
Yeah. So it's mounted up here to the
See, if I'd have
frame.
had to cut these plates off. One of them runs all the way up top. You got clamps that hold the bed on right here.
Yep.
And then the inside was different. It was going to open a can of worms to do that.
No, I'm a lot happier with what we're doing.
I thought about building it whole and trying to slide it in, but the more I thought about it, it just too much can
Yeah.
go wrong.
No, I agree with that 100%. And then here's the plate that's going on this. He's going to cut all this off. The pin will come off of it, and then it'll have this big bad boy. So, and we'll be able to adjust this up or down wherever we need to put it. Set our trailer ride height where we want it. I really think this is going to be a game changer for our Stingers. And they're all getting this. This ain't the only one. Every single one of them will be getting this same setup. So as you can see there, he's putting those new gussets in. So before, with the old setup, it didn't even have no gussets. So I don't know. Like, I've heard some horror stories about them things breaking, and we just always kept a really close eye on them. Just as, you know, if we seen a crack or anything, we weld it back up. Well, first time we seen a crack, that sucker was all the way around, and there was no welding that back up. And we just decided, you know what, we're going to just spend the little extra money and time, whatever it's going to take to make it as safe as possible. And the FLD is in for, man, this has been one of them weeks. I mean, everything is broke down. This thing had some air leaks, and I told the guys, I said, let's not even risk it. We done had our DOT run in last week, and I don't want to chance another one. So there ain't a truck leaving here. If it's got an air leak, if it's got anything possibly wrong with it, it's getting fixed. They're getting greased, they're getting serviced, they're getting everything fixed on them. This thing was bent up, so I went ahead and got a new one here for this one. That way it's not looking crappy. And that's one thing about DOT, when they look at these things and they see that they're in good shape and they're clean and everything works on them, they don't really bother you. But first time you come through there and they see something and they pull you around back, yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong. So this thing was leaking in it, and a brake valve, and you could move it around and stuff and it'd seal off, or when it was real cold it would leak. And I just decided, you know, let's go ahead and get all that fixed, change all that out. And that dash is, like, surprisingly, is in pretty good dang shape in there. So Shane is now going in the Argosy, and the guy that was in the Argosy moved into my cab over. So he's out in the blue and white cab over. Shane's taking the Argosy now, and then Tim is going to go in this thing. We've hired 2 new drivers, and we've been humping it to get all these trucks done so they could go out and go to work. So they were supposed to start a week ago, and just too much going on and all the stuff burning up in the shop. It's really slowed us down on getting some trucks done. Putting the fuses back in. Oh, come on, girls. Fire up, please. Lawrence went in and fixed his computer, and knowing him, I'd say she's gonna be just fine, but we ain't tested it yet. All right, fire it up. Let's see if it's still running, or it's going to run again. Come on, please work. Let it cycle. Fire it. No. That yellow light's on. Oh, daggone. Man, that thing went through all the tests and was online and everything up there.
Yeah. It's not doing the thing. I'm sure that still ain't catching.
It's doing the same thing it was up there. That yellow light come on. I can go get my computer and see if I can read it. Yeah, it's doing the same exact thing it did up there. Well, darn.
It doesn't say stopping it now.
No. And the yellow light's on now, yeah. That's exactly what it did up there. That other ECM will be fine on it. I'll just have to order a new one.
It don't run exactly right with that thing.
What do you mean?
With the Malibu and loaded, it just didn't seem right.
Oh, Lawrence's tunes. That ECM don't have a Lawrence tune in it. It's got a...
That one?
Yeah. No,
I mean,
somebody else tuned that ECM.
It's got a little hotter of a tune than that one that's in that one.
Yeah.
This one?
That tune's a little hotter than the tune the stock one. Because Lawrence didn't tune it quite as much as that other Coronado box was.
Obviously, they ain't got much tune at all.
They ain't got a tune right now.
Alright, we're getting there now. He's putting the other gusset in. Oh, Braxy's got a big old bill this week. Had to put that power divider in. Guys, it's been a crazy day. I'm hoping if we can survive this week, or if we can survive this month, this trucking company is unstoppable. We just got to survive this month, get through everything. I'm putting money where it needs to be. I'm putting it into repairs, maintenance. You know, we need these trucks 100% because that's what's carrying us right now. So we switched the ECM back out on this thing and it's back to running again. So I am going to have to tune it, and I'm going to ship that other ECM back over to Lawrence and let him go through it and get it fixed and all that stuff. So it does kind of suck because these ECMs ain't cheap anymore, and they're hard to get. I mean, Detroit parts are getting hard to get. Now everybody's running them, everybody, which it ain't. I know it's not just because of me, but I mean, people are realizing just how good of engines they are, how reliable they are, the kind of power you can get out of them. All around, they're just good motors to have. And, you know, they just don't mass produce them anymore, so they're hard to get. And when you do get one, they're expensive. So used to, you could pick a Detroit up for $5,000 and go pop it in a truck and go to work. Not so much anymore. You're looking at like $30,000 now. But now this thing is right back to normal. Sounds good. So we'll let this thing go back to work, and we got some good. Oh man, there's another light out back here. There's the one on the back too. So we got the hitch welded up. You guys probably seen last night on our live that we were out here working all night. Guys, check this out. It turned out awesome.
Gotta fix the light.
So the hitch is on, and it turned out awesome.
So I just gotta get a wire, fix the wiring on this one.
What do you think, Dad? You think she's gonna hold up?
Oh, I love it. This we're doing the other one the same way.
Yeah, immediately. Like that's
20 years on the same piece, everything. It was just all that's and it sets this high off the ground.
yeah,
So
just
you're getting salt, water, everything, and it never dries out.
no. It was definitely time to do something different. So, guys, this spring right here, like it takes all the cushion out of it. Like it's your cushion. So we were backing it up, pulling it forward and stuff, and that spring it literally takes all the force. That's going to be pretty awesome. And then we cut this thing in half, and look, so it's actually supported from the bottom, which is welded up to all them braces. Because I've seen a few comments where everybody's worried about it.
It ain't coming
That
loose.
sucker, it's bolted, it's welded, it's bolted through all this 1/2-inch plate, and it's welded. So down here is where all your strength is, on the bottom. So it's plated on the bottom. And look, I mean, you can see that's Dale's welds, and Dale can weld. If Dale says that something will stay,
He's been doing it for
I'll take it
25
to the
years.
bank. I mean, that man knows his stuff. So we got to hook up the safety chains. As now there's a pintle hitch, it's got to have safety chains. All the airlines are hooked back up. Dad and Bryce are working on the lights right now. So we're having some light problems out of it.
Salt got to him when he's out there.
But that gets the pintle hitch done. It is complete. So if you guys didn't get, I didn't get a video of it because we were live on YouTube last night when we were putting this all together. We just got done with it, literally. Just got done with it. So it is Saturday. It'd be nice to be able to take off, but we've got 2 trucks that's got to go out tonight. They've got to deliver Tuesday. It's showboat season. And these showboats, they have to be there. They have to get delivered. So now we got the Columbia's back together. It'll work just fine with that ECM. I got to do a little bit of switching around. Just hook my computer up and fix a few things. That truck can go back to work. With this thing having a new power divider and that pintle hitch, it is, as soon as we get the lights together and the safety chains on it, this one can go back to work. So both trucks can go out. Man, that's awesome. This hitch turned out so awesome. But it's all gusseted in, all up under there. I mean, it ain't going nowhere. Looks good painted too, don't it?
Yeah, well, I gotta finish painting under here too.
Is that the one light that's not working?
This is the one light. It's not working for some reason.
So I was worried about the swing radius, but I mean, it's, I guess with it being on the front of the trailer now, that fixes our swing radius.
Yep.
Because before, this thing went up under the truck. So usually the nose of this trailer would be right here where this bar is. So now that it's on the front of the trailer,
Check out these paint cans.
dude, what the heck?
It's 2 cans in one.
Where
We
did
actually got.
This was the only gloss black paint can they had at Real King.
Dude, that's pretty cool, actually.
Oh,
Here's
dude,
it
it's sweet.
spray.
Oh, yeah. It's got a big old nozzle on it. Look at that thing.
Golly,
It's
bum.
a big old fan.
Jeez,
I
dude.
need that under here so I can spray this.
Big old.
Now we don't need a paint system. We just go buy those.
I know, exactly.
And we were kind of worried about it being level, but guys, we have no more issues with this thing dragging the ground. Before, we had a problem with it dragging the front of the trailer, and it drug that hitch all the time. You couldn't take it over railroad tracks. There was a lot of places you had to be careful taking this truck, and we had to be careful with what driver we put in it. But now, not so much. I think we're good to go. Dad, do you have safety chains already, or do I need to?
Oh, I need to get some. Get some. There it is. Look at that. That's it.
That's the wire.
Salt got to it. Look at it.
Yep.
I'm used to finding them, so you can go about.
Man, it'd be nice. We need to just completely rewire everything.
No, this thing.
This winter has really challenged
I
us.
need that
This
wire.
thing's a nightmare back here.
I need that wire.
You need it? Well,
I need the end on it. Okay, the problem.
we need to measure this thing out and just order a whole new harness for it.
Yeah.
Be done with it. They're going to get out somewhere and have a light out, and DOT's going to fire them up. 'Cause they don't mess around, guys, anymore. They're really, really cracking down on lights and anything. So we put all new tires on this truck. This thing's pretty good to go. That is a huge upgrade. I'm really thinking that hitch now that his panel is a huge upgrade.
It was very easy to hook up too, wasn't it, Bryce?
Oh, yeah.
We'll let the bags down.
Yep.
She went right under it, lifted her right up.
Just zoop, zoop.
I thought we was gonna have an issue with it, but it went good.
That is awesome. So well, I keep dropping stuff. So we gotta get a chain or 2 chains for safety. So we come down here, we found the biggest chain we could find in town. What'd you close the door for, Brax?
I didn't close it.
So we found the biggest chain we could find in town. And just this little trip right here, this sucks. See, I had all this stuff. I had a chain cutter. We had a bucket of chain in the shop that we kept bulk. And then the way we used to do it is just cut the chain and then crimp it the way we wanted to crimp it and then make it work. But then Dad called me, he's like, you gotta have a sawzall and you gotta have a grinder. So I got a sawzall and a grinder, chain, 2 hooks. What else do we get?
2 hooks.
Oh, the grinding wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
$700 and a drill bit.
And the sawzall blades.
Yeah, and sawzall blades.
That's a lot.
We've got to get back to where we got to find a place where we can inventory some stuff.
I don't know if that hook's big enough.
I got hooks.
Very good.
I got it all.
Sweet.
$700 worth. But I got a grinder and a
Oh,
sawzall because we didn't have either one of those.
Okay.
I got a little sawzall, but I got one.
I got a grinder in my truck. My personal grinder.
You gonna rent it to me?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Perfect. My gosh, that ain't going nowhere. That one same. How did that happen? Maybe I can't count too good or something because I counted the same links, I'm pretty sure.
It was just twisted.
Alright. Dude, that looks pretty good.
It does. It's like we know what we're doing.
Holy crap, that worked out awesome. Alright, I like it. I really.
Oh,
That's that was just the extra. There you go. You got you a sawzall, I got your blades, you got you some drill bits and some hole saw bits.
yes. Put it in the side box
Some-
and go home. You want to drive it down the road? You need to drive it down.
I definitely want to drive it and make sure
Let's get this put up.
it feels good. Take it up the hills and bumps and
I just worry about the rear end. This is fine. This is
you
just
feel
fine.
good about it.
Yeah, this right here is good. I ain't worried about this. Not since we fixed it like that.
I mean, I feel pretty confident in this bad boy. I mean, that thing is, if it goes somewhere,
I was just
we
worried
got
about-
way more problems than a hitch.
I was worried about the trailer itself. Now we got it fixed, so
Yep.
I'm good with that.
All right, all the lights are fixed.
Yep.
Blinkers are working. All right, tires are aired up. Well, I'm going to take it for a test drive, guys, and just make sure that it's okay. We had to put a rear end in it and with a panel hitch on it. Chains are crossed, so that's legal. Side ramps. Backed out of here. Well, guys, things have taken a turn for the worse. So I don't know what's going on with this truck. Dad drove it this morning, just moving it around in the parking lot. So it never actually went on a full test drive, and I went down the road and back, which we had planned on doing, but it didn't happen. So I went to back out with these boats to go test drive it, and as soon as I let out on the clutch, it'll coast, but as soon as I let out on the clutch, it's like something's in a bind. And what I think is wrong, them gears are 308s, so it's got 308s in the front, 308s in the rear. I'm thinking what the problem is they're not 308s. I'm thinking that the front diff that we bought for it has the wrong gear in it, because it acts like it's in a bind. So it'll coast as long as you got it in neutral. You can push it or pull it back, but as soon as you let out on the clutch and try to back up or go forward, this front axle is like it's locked up. Ready? I'll get in the truck. So I'm thinking it's the wrong front diff. I went to pull forward and it went kaboom. See, it pulls back and coasting is just fine. Can you still get out? Can you get out?
Yeah, I can get out.
All right, I can back it on up the rest of the way.
That's good enough.
Yeah, I can back it on up once you get out.
Huh?
Once you get out, I can back on up. So this truck's supposed to leave tonight. Alright, the problem we're having with this rear diff is there's none in the freaking country. I can have one built, but you're looking at a week or two to get one built. We can order one in, but it takes a week and a half to get it. It's a Meritor 308. It's like a, I don't know, it's a pretty rare gear, I guess. They just don't make them anymore. So this is the problem I'm having. Our reliable trucks, the parts are just not available anymore. So I don't know. I'm a little irritated. I'm a little. Transmission literally, or the rear front diff says 308 on it with the code. Let me see if it back up. Oh, maybe I just don't understand why it would be so confusing. Like the way it's acting, it has to be the wrong diff. It just has to be. This is the only way. What do you think, Brax? It's your truck. What's wrong with it? Huh? The wrong diff? The diff said 308. It looked identical. I don't think that they counted the teeth on it, but that's what we're dealing with. This thing has to go out. The only front diff that I have left is in the other Argosy. So we have the spare Argosy. It's over at the farm, which I could throw a tag on it and probably have it rolling out of here pretty quick. I'd go on 10 tap probably and get it going. But the problem with that is now this trailer's a pintle hitch. And that truck, we just haven't had time to go through it yet. So I don't know what we're going to do. I could bring that truck over here, and if it's got the same diff in it, I guess I could spend all night changing it. But I'm tired. I've been up for 2 days working. I worked all night to get the hitch done, and today, all day today. So everybody's tired. Everybody's wore out. Dad's too tired. I can't even ask him to come back over here. I won't let him come back over here. I told him, don't even think about it. He's worried I'm going to change this diff out tonight by myself, and this is going to be the end of the video, I guess. So I'll let you guys know what we do, figure out what's going on. I'll make another video of it, but the video's getting pretty long, and you know, as always, guys, I love y'all. Thank you for watching, and this is just part of trucking. It is what it is. No reason to get stressed out, even though I'm pretty stressed out right now, because you know, we'll move on. We'll get it back going. We're just gonna have to call the dealer. These are show boats. They have to be there, and that's why our service is what it is, because we will get it there one way or another. If I got to weld a Peterbilt rear end under this thing, it's going. It will make it. But anyways, I love y'all. I'll see you later and see you on the next video.